Communities today struggle with roads congested with traffic, environments damaged by vehicle emissions, and children becoming inactive and overweight. At first glance, the solution to these problems appear to come from separate sources. But Safe Routes to School programs can address these challenges simultaneously. Safe Routes to School programs are sustained efforts led by a community or school with a common goal: to create and foster safe, inviting, and fun ways for children to walk and bike to school. Today, more than ever, there is a need to provide options that allow children to walk and bicycle to school safely. Not long ago, children routinely moved around their neighborhoods on foot or by bike, and that was often how they traveled to and from school. Today, fewer children walk and bicycle to school than did so 30 years ago, and many factors contributed to this reduction. Distance is a primary barrier to kids being able to walk and bike to school. Schools are built to accommodate more students, and fewer are located in the center of a community, but farther away from neighborhoods where families could walk or bike. Personal safety is also a concern. Fears of crime have kept some parents from allowing their child to walk or bike to school, while the perceptions of types of crimes occurring is much higher than the actual chance that it will. Safe Routes to School must work to identify what are the real dangers and what are perceptions, and address both. Traffic danger is also a concern. As communities have accommodated more motor vehicle traffic, opportunities to walk and bike have suffered. As traffic around a school increases, parents become more convinced that the environment is unsafe for their children to walk or bicycle to school. They then begin driving their children to school, adding even more traffic to the road and sustaining the cycle. Yet the unintended consequences of less walking and bicycling among children are staggering. More driving and less walking and bicycling can negatively impact air quality. Each year, automobiles emit millions of tons of pollutants into the air, and these pollutants can be especially harmful to children because of their developing respiratory systems. Children are increasingly becoming less active and more overweight. In fact, the percentage of children who are considered severely overweight has tripled in the last 30 years. Inadequate physical activity and poor eating habits are major contributors to the increased rates of childhood obesity in the United States. The growing obesity trend among adults is an alarming indication of what could happen to today's children. The following maps of the United States provide a portrait of the growth of obesity among adults in the U.S. since 1985. The maps show the percentage of U.S. adults in each state with a BMI of 30 or more.